Hey, what's up, guys? Guns here. Well, I said I was going to do more videos on this trip, and I totally intended on doing that, and I definitely didn't. I was having too much fun, man. It was tough to sit down to find that time. Not to mention, I think I drank about 7 bottles of Pendleton while I was out here. Man, gosh, took a trip about 12 days. Heading back home today, man. Um, let me tell you how the trip went, man. It started. I flew into Seattle. Had an 8-hour layover. That was not fun. Just kind of sitting at the airport forever. Hopped on the airplane at 10 something at night and flew into Columbus, Ohio. Where with the time change, the hours on the flight, Chris picked me up. Buck City Breaks. Chris picked me up at 5:44 a.m. Man, day started perfect right from the jump, man. Number one, it's good to see a great friend, great dude. Love that man to pieces. His whole family. We did some breaking Friday night. One of the things that we have to remember, man, is this is social media. Sometimes somebody can type something a certain way and it gets taken wrong, because it's like texting. It's the interpretation of it can be whoever's reading it, and it just goes bad from the jump, man. So there was a stupid little spat in the chat, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that happened from the jump. And you're watching it kind of go downhill, and I just felt like it wasn't my place. It wasn't my chat. It wasn't my place to say stop to anybody. But I'm just kind of like, come on, trying to play through it. And then it got real bad. A threat happened, which makes zero sense that anybody would ever threaten. And man, it pissed me off. And I left the chat for the night. I was done. Did my thing. I had nothing positive to add at that moment. If I would have said something, it would have just been bad, because I feel that sometimes my delivery isn't correct, even if my thoughts might be. So I walked away, let everybody deal with it, and we all talked about it the next day, and did a gun show the next day, and the same people were in the chat, and hatchet totally buried. It was amazing. I remember when I was watching people, kind of interact. Man, I remember I looked at Chris and I was just like, here it is right here. Because I want my group and the Buck City Breaks group, there's a lot of similarities there when it comes to heart, when it comes to, our goals or the kind of groups that we like to be around. A lot of my people pop into Buck City Breaks chat and hang out. And a couple people from Buck City pop into mine, and it's what it is, man. So that was amazing. I want to take the second to say, when you're dealing with social media, man, sometimes it's easy to read what somebody types or, see one instance and instantly just come up with your opinion on said person and go, you know what, fuck them. I'm never going to deal with them again, da-da-da-da-da. When, if you were working with them or going to school with them or church with them or on a softball team with them or whatever, there gets to be a second chance. Not so much for a first impression, but there gets to be a second chance, to make those kind of things right. To go, you know what, I actually do like this guy. There's been many times on social media I've been in a little tiff with somebody or whatever and didn't like something they said, or they didn't like something I said. And plenty of times where that's never been fixed, but there's been times where that has been fixed. And it's amazing when it does get fixed. It takes a lot of adult and growth, I think, in people to be able to do that. And overall, I was very proud of the group and how it was handled, especially when I know the people involved on all sides, and I know them to be just amazing, passionate, but amazing people. So that was really cool. We had an awesome gun show, so much fun. Gold Line, Chris popped in, amazing meeting him, man. Man, Scott popped in, I've got to meet him before, but always good seeing my buddy. That was really, really fun, man. And the next day we did the gun show again. We did Buck City Breaks again. We did more auctions. That was good times, successful. It was fun. Man, I love being out here with Chris. Can't wait to come back. The next day, man, came and I helped Chris do some sorting and getting ready for the next day. And here's what I'm gonna say to you guys. And that man's a one-man show right now. So I sat and watched this guy and what he does, man, and it's nonstop. It's straight from one thing. Posting the breaks that are going to come up, popping right to the district, putting people's stuff out there, going right to shipping, going right to sorting, it's nonstop, man. He did that big college break and it was 3 whole cases. I did a lot of the sorting for him, and I don't see how he would have got that done without sleeping at the office, man. So I just want to say that he's doing everything he can for all of you guys, trying to make it work, trying to make it successful. And your guys' support is definitely appreciated. Really cool. Me, him, and his son B went to the water park the next day. Kind of just walked around, grabbed cookies, and then my brother picked me up, man. My little brother's doing very well in life. I'm very proud of him. He probably shouldn't be doing as well as he's doing, but he's got a different kind of drive to him. And, we're not really the type, we hug and say, I love you and stuff, but we're not like a cuddly type at all, But one of the things that I say to him, almost every time I talk to him or every time I see him is I let him know how proud I am of him. And, he always kind of brushes it off or whatever, but, I know I would like to hear that stuff. We're all struggling to get through our days, period. And, he's out here by himself. He's not with his family, doesn't get to see his mom all the time, doesn't get to see his brothers, his family members. So I know it's not easy. So I'm super proud of him for doing what he's doing. And plus with the job he does, I'm not going to put all this stuff out, but he does a very important job for the earth, for people on it. So really proud of him. I don't think you watch my videos, but if you watch them, I'm proud of you, brother. Very proud of you. So man, he picked me up, and then we went to Pittsburgh, man. I got to see my buddy Crosby. I love Crosby to death, man. It's not my first time going and visiting and staying at his house. It will not be my last time. It's amazing how you could create friendships on this social media thing, man, that just transcends states, and you'll hop on a plane to go see your friends, just to go be in their presence, even if you get to hang out with them every weekend on social media. Got a hold of young Dante. Dante pops in the gun shows, man. And, Dante's been popping in the gun shows since he's 20 right now. So I think he was popping in 5 years ago. I think he was 15. The first time he came to a gun show. And his dad Anthony would be in there too. But we would always be like, hey man, don't be nothing like us, man. What you see us doing in here isn't what you need to be doing. So I'm drinking and everything else, and just cursing and doing whatever. But has always been an awesome part of our little community, man. It's been our little brother. And we invited him out to the game. So we got to meet him. He was jacked. He was like, hell yeah, I'll come out. He drove like an hour and a half or something, came and hung out. Awesome dude, man. Proud of him, what he's doing for sure. Man, he may be 20, but he seems more grown than most of us, trust me. So that was super cool. It was us 4, man. And then, Don from YouTube popped over, and I watched his video. I haven't commented yet. I'm going to wait till I get home and watch it more in depth. All I saw was a horrible, horrible picture of me with my gut hanging out. I was full of water. I was sweating profusely. It was bad. It's a horrible picture. We got to get a new one. Come see you again, man, next time I come out. But just a wonderful man, looks very low-key in his videos. Looks like he'd be very, man, I don't know the right way to say it, grown. And not that he's not grown, but he's he's bigger than me. What the fuck? But man, he's somebody I think I could go to a bar with and have a couple drinks, man, and play some pool and have a good time. Very, very happy I got to meet him, man. Super cool dude. Thanks for coming out, brother. I was beat. I was on zero sleep. We were gonna go home, and as we walked out, they were like, "Come on, Jimmy, you're fat. You want some steak?" I was like, "Yeah." So we went to the steakhouse next door real quick. Sorry, Don, you got to get your ass home and deal with your puppy. Um, Bring some toothpaste home too. That's what you had to do. But so we ended up going and getting like a steak on a hot rock, and just hung out, for a little bit more. It's me and my brother Crosby and Dante came out, and it was really good times, man. Just sitting, talking, joking, laughing. Dante, so sweet, drove us all the way to Crosby's house, and then hopped in a car and drove himself an hour home. Um, that was fun, man. That was amazing. It was then that I found out that the wedding that I came out here for had gotten canceled in Chicago. Flew up. The main reason I came out was to go to a wedding, and it got canceled. The bride ended up catching COVID. And I know she has health issues, so it was a major thing. So it ended up getting canceled. That sucked, but that wasn't going to stop me from seeing my buddies in Chicago, man. So my brother said, I'm done with the driving. He had drove all the way from Indy to Ohio to grab me. We drove all the way to Pittsburgh and then drove all the way back to Indy. He was like, "Bro, take my car. I'm just gonna chill at the house for a couple days with my dog. You go have a blast." So I grabbed his car, and I headed up to Chicago, man, and pulled up on Donnie and Stacy. You guys know them from the gun show. We've done some auctions for them, helping raise money for Vets on Horses, an amazing thing that they do. Donnie is he's a Marine military. Stacy, awesome person. Good times, got to see all the kids. It's third time I've been there now. So first time was when me and Aspen did the trip across America, and I got to see their kids when they were little, and man, the kids look so great. They're growing. They were all so shy when I first met them. They were so young. They're in high school now and middle school, and it's beautiful, beautiful kids, man. We got to go down. All of us popped in and went to Chicago, went and walked around downtown. Really good times. Got some awesome video and pictures that I'll probably post. And then that night, man, Justin Bro and PSA Ray came by, and we did some barbecuing over at Donnie's house. And Donnie's brother Mike, fucking awesome dude. Awesome dude. I've got to meet a lot of people from both of their families now, brothers, sisters, parents. Everybody I've met from their family is just amazing. Definitely a second family to me. People I love dearly, and I know they love me dearly, and I already can't wait to come back. And it might be sooner than later, we'll see. But really, really good time. Next day, woke up, hungover, went down to the card show in Chicago where, Ray was set up with a table. That was really cool to see. Got some pictures of him, but, he popped back in the hobby through the gun show. He worked with Donnie, and he just popped in because we were doing the charity auction, and he's been a solid member of the gun show ever since, of our community. We'll see him popping everywhere. He'll be in Buck City Breaks, he'll be in Midwest. He'll be all over the place. But it's just awesome to see him really getting into it, having fun, doing his thing. So when I was done, drove back down to Indy, met back up with my brother. Went to the Pirates game. Yeah, I said that. So the Pirates game, that was my brother's first baseball game, my first time at that stadium, and it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, then I'm looking, and Indy is playing the Jags at home. So, brother's never been to a football game. I've never been to anything other than the Raider game at Oracle Stadium in Oakland. So I was like, man, let's check it out. So we went to a football game, had a blast, had a really good time there. Afterwards, we went to a bar. Had to play some pool, had some drinks. You guys go to the bar and they got that punching game where you hit it and the numbers just fly up. There was somebody there that was like, "Yeah, you punching, da 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 da." We threw some money in the thing, just smashed the record in front of my little bro. Yeah, bro, your brother got it like that. Crack way up in the 900s. But it was fun, man. We had a good time. But man, I'm all packed up now. brother's at work. I gotta go pick him up. He's gonna drop me off at the airport. Flying to Seattle, and then right away I'll hop on a plane. I'll be home. I miss my kids, you know. You guys know me, man. I'm very family driven, and I like to do a lot of things with them. But, you know, to make this trip, I missed my daughter's last, like, legit first day of school. You know, I missed my son's first day of first grade, and that's not easy, you know, but you got to balance things sometimes. And it was when things worked out for me to come out here, and I'm really glad I did it. You know, I'll be able to take my kids to school every day this year and spend all the time with them that I'll always do. So I want to thank everybody for helping make this possible. You guys know I wanted to do this trip, man, and, you know, people were popping in the gun show, and you helped make the Buck City Breaks thing successful. Can't wait to come back out and do that. And again, that might be sooner than later. Me and Chris are already talking about something. You know, I'm going to have something really big coming up that involves my daughter. I think you guys are going to like and want to be a part of, since you guys have been a part of her life for so long. Yeah, man, that's it. I'm going to post this up. Probably do another video like when I get home in a couple days. I'm going to go decompress. Again, I've been sleeping on other people's couches and beds and hotels for 12 days, so I just can't wait to slither into mine and simmer in my own sauce for a couple days. It'll be good times. But, you know, everything feels so different as I come back. Aspen's going to be, my daughter's a senior, my son's a first grader, and my daughter now has a job since I've been gone. Crazy. Anyways, that's it, man. I love you guys. I love this community. Thank you for accepting me. Thank you guys for letting me be a part of it. Be a light in somebody's life. Do good things for people. Yeah, man. Guns out. Late.